what you do on Wednesday night. Wednesday, 7 p.m. on the 442.550 repeater. Repeater does use the positive opposite. And appeal alternative 74.4. My name is Rob Romeo Oscar Bravo. My call sign is Kilo Bravo 2 Oscar Yankee India. That is KB2OYI. And once again, I'll be in the control operator for this evening's net. Before we get things started, is there any station on frequency having any emergency or priority traffic? Please call now. Mike, is there someone on there with emergency traffic? Please call now. We are hearing someone queue up the repeater. You are calling with emergency or priority traffic. Please call now and we will assist.
Really?
But if anyone does have any emergency or priority traffic, just please call Wed May. Your traffic is pretty messy out there. It took me 2 hours to drive home from one point.
Wow.
Now, a lot of cars in the trees or woods in the middle of the highway. So, a lot of people have the problem there. And if any chance thunder, lightning becomes an issue for me, I will tap out an NCO. It is raining in my house, but currently no lightning, but if it does occur, I may pause or suspend the net. So please bear with me on the weather. Again, we meet here Wednesday nights. Encourage check-ins regardless of your location, affiliation, or license class. All operators and amateurs are always invited to participate. Purpose of the net is general fellowship within the local amateur radio community to bring awareness to any radio events in the area or any RAS Club specific items. Speaking of RAS Club specific items, my calendar tells me that this Friday is the third Friday of the month. The third Friday of the month is the RAS Club's general membership meeting. We encourage you and invite you to join us. Go to www.ras.net. Other than the main please join us. The Zoom link will be up there. We get started at 7:30, but a lot of folks roll in around 7 to shoot the breeze, catch up, whatever. So again, the third Friday of the month, which is this Friday, RAS meeting, ras.net, membership meeting tab. Come join us on the Zoom. Hope to see you there.
Hard pass.
We also like to remind you that should you have any questions related to ham radio, you can ask them during your comments, and perhaps someone on the net knows the answer. You can also email helpdesk@ras.net, and your message will be sent to the RAS Alert Group, which will then respond and assist you in whatever way that they can. And so again, you do not need to be a member of RAS to use the service, so folks are always willing to help a hand. Again, helpdesk@ras.net. Checking in, please give a call sign and first name. Slowly, phonetically helps me out even more. Please say if you have any announcements of traffic for the net. Traffic is always handled first, and then informal comments. After that, don't really have a topic for the night. How about this? Remember a time that you want to share that somebody in the local radio community helped you out. Really went out of the way to help you out, and maybe the help was unexpected. Maybe you didn't know the person, but they just helped you out because they were a nice guy. It's always fun to share. It's always a nice guys doing nice things for us in the hobby. That's what it is and should be about. Let's get the mobile portable stations on the list first. Mobile portable stations, we need to check in. Please call now.
Don't everybody talk at once now.
All right, appears nobody is driving, doing ham radio, or walking outside with their HD, which is a good thing. No, this is KB2OYI with the rest of looking for general check-ins. Anyone wishing to join us, please call now.
I'm a general. Oh, wait.
This is Sierra Hotel Oscar, Andrew, the traffic.
Now, what did I just say? You guys instantly doubled.
This is Kilo Oscar 4, Uniform Oscar Resident, Wisconsin. This is Whiskey Bravo 5, Lima Foxtrot Sierra, Marcus.
Goodness.
Kilo Romeo 4, This is
Engine 6. Person down.
Kilo 4, Oscar,
Engine 6.
Whiskey,
Person down.
Uniform.
1200 East First Street. Cross streets on South
Good
South
audio.
Street and Virginia Street. On Buffalo 2. Time out. 1905.
November 4, Whiskey, Lima, Charlie, build. This is Alpha India 4, Romeo November, key, no traffic. December 10th, little troubling there, but I think one of you definitely got in there. So I'm going to go through the list and see if we missed anybody. That recognizes SHOULFFHAUOWUWOC and RN. One more time, this is KB2OYI with the resident looking for check-ins, wishing to get on the list. If you're out there wishing to join us, please call now. This is Kilo 4, November, Alpha, Golf. It's Nick, no announcements. This is NAG Nick, we got you there, buddy. Let's go ahead and start the top with Andrew, KK4SHO, your comments for the screen. Guys,
Okay. I can wait.
It was KK4SHO. Not a whole lot to say. Did work and everything. And yeah. The DMR repeater has been active on Richmond Metro, so happy about that. And yeah, so it's good. Looking forward to doing that control tonight for the Southwest Virginia DMR net on the 21513 talk group on the DMR repeater. So if anybody's out there that DMR functionality, feel free to join us at 8 p.m. and we'll go from there. So back to that, this is KK4SHO 73. Andrew, appreciate you joining us and sharing the info about the net. You guys have yourself a fine net there, and hope to hear you again next week there. All right, the clear with Andrew, and next we go to our buddy Scott, KO4UOR. Your comments on the net, go ahead, sir. Rod and everyone on the net. Scott, KO4UOR. Retro, loud and clear. And the first person that came to mind was Mike Whitman, W4MAF. He was one of my early helpers, and I had just put up my one and only UHF antenna instead halfway, and Mike volunteered to help me tune it. And he brought over at least two different antenna analyzers, I guess. Maybe more, but QTH. And in between doing whatever it is I get into and cooking whatever it is I'm cooking, I probably will be sitting in front of the radio for a good amount of time. And yeah, I'm gonna real quick give a shout out to my brother, KB2OYJ, as my person that I like to recognize because that's the person who basically told me it's time to get back to the ham radio, and came down when that time happened and helped me string up the G5RV, which was the first HF antenna here at UH at that time, and we set up a lot of stuff in the shack. So that's who I will choose to recognize this evening. KB2OYJ. All right, real quick, Scott. Next, let's go to WP5LFS. Good catch the first name there right when you said it. I thought I heard maybe a double key right at that moment in time, so I apologize for that. But you're next, sir. Your comments for that, guys.
Good evening, all. I'm the nut. This is Whiskey Bravo 5, Lima, Foxtrot, Sierra, James City County. Name is Marcus. I'm Lake Alpha, Romeo, Charlie, Uniform, Sierra. And hope everybody has a good evening. WB5, I'll pass back to that control.
Marcus, we appreciate you joining us around James City County. Again, isn't that just fine, considering the distance? Again, we appreciate you joining us here, not just at time, but anytime you feel like giving a call out or Peter here. All right, KB2OI with the last net. Next on the list, we're going to Philip, Rhino, Neighbor Ham, my buddy Bill, KR4AJU. What you guys on tonight, sir? Good.
Yeah, call out anytime on the repeater. No guarantee anybody will answer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good evening, everybody. This is Kilo Romeo 4, Alpha Julius Uniform. I had a couple of things. I got two good listeners, ears, and Mr. Elmers. And I will have to mention on that, Mr. KB, OYI. Mr. Bob, and I saw that as it's time to think about if you're antenna well grounded by the requirements. I can tell you mine is not. The one I have back in the camps, this is not. I just thought about it. I don't know why. But again, always some things I want to ground it, so just make sure that even though I like quick strike, you never know. It happens to me when I've been told that. Damage a lot of stuff, but you got to go around it. You might not damage it. So again, this is Kilo Romeo 4, Alpha Julius Uniform, saying and back to the net.
Thanks for your participation as always. It's been good hearing you on air. And as far as my position, with any ham radio systems I use to get what you pay for. And yeah, you bring a good point of grounding. I am grounded here. Whether it's good grounding or not, I have polar. Grounding is one of the topics, just like most other ones where, everybody's got their own opinions and whatnot. It was like 5 years ago, maybe, back when the club was making a big day vlog. I think it was the great grounding presentation. Anything that I felt anxious about grounding was good to show on the window that day. Yeah, that's a topic that, again, I'm sure a lot of folks that you guys have talked about forever disagree a lot, but I'm kind of grounded here, but again, whether it's good grounding or not, I'll let people along with their opinion. But either way, Bill, appreciate having you. You have some fine evening. We'll chat again soon. Maybe over the weekend. Yeah. All right, that's Bill. Good to our buddy Mike. KK4WU. You got forever. Hi, Michael. Enjoy the family reunion there at Royal Park. And, yeah, I kicked it to contact the long goes for another family reunion, which will be the last Saturday in June for the Last Club Sunday. More information to follow on that, but always keep an eye on ragchew.net for any information on that. It's 2 times for sure. So I hope you enjoy the family time. Look forward to the full report next week. All right, this is KBQ around the rest. Next on our list is everybody Bill and Fort WLC. Bill, your comments on that, what you got?
KB2 OYI and 4WLC. Good evening, Rob, and everybody out there. And we're on the upswing now, getting over this long cold that we've managed to acquire. And I think it's all downhill from here now. So just a little bit of remnants. Earliest, I wouldn't call it exactly an Elmer situation, but a presentation that Steve Brett did for Rats when we used to meet together. And he brought in his magnetic loop. And I was just enamored by the ability that could have, and I eventually acquired one. And I just dove deep into the YouTube stuff and everything, so he was a catalyst to that. So I got a second-hand one, and one of my first contacts was aiming it up my picture window using 850-7D with 10 watts, and I contacted a fellow up in Maryland. And since then, several occasions I've talked over to Europe. I've made a contact from Windy Hill to 2 guys. One was like up in the northern, talking to a guy down in Texas, and they both could not believe that they heard me as well as they did. So, and I would say, as far as Elmering is concerned, when we first got involved, and our very first field day that we went to, and how everybody there was able to help us get comfortable getting on and making contact. So that was a good thing. And the bug bit me, and I guess I'm in for life. 73, everybody, and 4WLC back to
Bill, maybe one of the reasons why you may want to attend a RAS meeting is the presentation. Man, there's been some absolutely great ones over the years and recently on all different types of topics. And I always love when Darren gives his mobile radio installation presentations and both digital and Link and stuff like that. There's just been so many good ones over the years. So again, so you're not doing anything Friday night, but third Friday is every month. Come join us. If you learn something, maybe you'll be friends, reacquaint with old friends. All right, thanks, Bill, for sharing that. Next on our list, we've got AI4 on it. Here comes the rag, guys.
Good evening, Rob, and everyone on the net. Speaking of grounding, as I was doing my research to learn how to make sure my shack was grounded properly and my house grounded properly, I read some books, and one of those books, the author offered to answer any questions, and I, of course, had some questions. So, just want to give a shout out to this author's name is Ron Block, NR2B, and email, and he back and said it might be easier to just have a conversation. So we talked on the phone for a good long time, and I learned quite a bit from him. So that's my Elmer story. Hope everyone has a nice weekend, and for our end, sending it back to Mexico. Information
Hi, Keith. That's a great story to share there. And yeah, just to show you that there's a lot of folks out there always willing to lend a helping hand for sure. Whether it's just chatting up verbally or through messages or lending equipment or using somebody's equipment that needs. So love to hear stories like that. All right, so we're Keith. Next on our list, buddy Nick, K4NAG. Your comments on that? Go ahead, sir.
Hey, good evening, Rob, and everybody else on that. Nick, K4NAG. I think locally, I have a story where Jim Rubin has reached out, W14KR, had been asking about an analyzer, and he actually offered his up to me and got to meet up in person and show me how it works. And I was able to get on the air that weekend and make my first HF contact because of his equipment. So I'm forever grateful for Jim, his generosity. And then we also have my uncle in GDXL up in New York who has strong questions back from time to time. He's all excited for someone else besides him, his family, within the radio. I think I really made it say when I started getting into the hobby. Jim's a great guy, a lot for the community, and shout him out. And shout out to everybody else in the group that I've had at QSO with locally. Guys definitely make the day's fun and had some great conversations, great QSOs, learned a lot, and looking forward to more. So with that, I'll say 73.
Nick, we appreciate you sharing that, and Jim is the best. We love Jim. And great having you as part of the local radio gang, and look forward to chatting with you some more anytime it can happen. All right, that's the end of the list now. Let's do a call. This is TV2OI with the Ratsman. Looking for any additional check-ins. If you're out there, please call now. Italy, Charlie Tango, and for ICT, Bob and Glen Allen. I'm going to put in for RCT, Bob. Your comments, go ahead, sir. Charlie Tango, and not much. I just turned this on, just finished dinner, and I realized that that was here, so. Did you have a question tonight about ham radio or anything? Appreciate you joining us. That transmission was about 50% readable. Sounded like you were standing in a bad spot. We're up there on Glen Allen. We were just chatting about if anyone had helped you out along the way in the hobby that you want to give a call out, shout out to, share that to the group. Throw it back to you there, and again, hopefully we're standing in a better spot that we'll be able to make this full transmission. Go ahead, Bob. Any better? Nobody for Italy, Charlie Tango.
CEO level on 81.
Fine, good, sir.
Statewide.
Okay, well, my ammo, I got a license when I was in Stanton, Virginia, back in '82. KA4UFI was my Elmer, and he's in Northern Virginia now, but I still have a lot to learn about the digital modes and learning how to do the gateway on the D-Star, but I've enjoyed HF along the way. It's a lot of fun. So that was my 7 please, and thank you for picking me up. Norway 4 Italy, Charlie Tango. Appreciate the share. Yeah, it's always good to recognize those who helped us out along the way, for sure. All right, once again, that was the end of the list. We'll do a last call for check-ins. This is KB2 with the Red Net, and we're wishing to join us
we're coming back direct back.
All right, that recognizes the before KDI. I believe it was Keith from Pocahontas State Park. Go ahead, sir. Your comments for that. Let's see. Been a licensed operator for about 10 years. Just picking it back up, I've forgotten far more than I care to admit. Between the scouting program and being a professional emergency manager, I've appreciated this community and the service, the incredible service they provide. And I have way too many people to thank for any measure of success I've enjoyed over the years. But feel free to comment on the radio, dug it out of the closet. With that, the W4KDI back. And I guess we'll say welcome back to the hobby. A lot of us do end up putting it down for a while. I'm number one on that list, as I got my license for the early in life, and went dormant for a good amount of time, but when it was time to pick it back up, and haven't looked back yet. So, again, it happens to a lot of us for various reasons. Life gets in the way, or whatever, or maybe you're at an age where you think AM radio was cool, and then weren't even sure you even still existed anymore, and then, regardless, that'd be a good topic for the next week, as we took a big layoff in the hobby and why. So I'll write that down. All right, well, again, appreciate you joining us here this fine evening, and please join us again every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. I will do one last call for check-ins. This is KB2OI. Looking for anybody out there wishing to join us before we shut it down. If you're out there, please call now.